This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Monday, July 17th, 2006, and this is episode number 127 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm Matt Hochberg from MPnews.org. On the panel today is a man of few words, but all of them in blue font, Len Testa, co-author of The Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. Welcome, Len.
Howdy ho, Matt. How's it going?
Outstanding. Also on the show today is a man whose 99-year-old grandma still drives her car, Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Welcome, Mike.
I'm not even going to answer that. That's for Doug. Tell Doug that's for him.
That's for Doug right there. So our number one, we've led your boy, Superfan 99.
Fred, yeah.
Yeah, Fred's been replaced by Doug as our official Superfan 99.
That's funny.
And we can't tell you why.
Doug, we met at Disney's just this past weekend.
He's a really good guy. Him and his wife, very nice people.
Yeah, that's right. A shout out to Carrie, who loves the podcast, can't get enough of it. Disney World. On today's show, we're going to be talking about music at the parks, and what we're going to do is we're going to go at the music at the Magic Kingdom. I'm going to name an attraction, and we're going to say, well, this music is really good, or I don't really like the music over here. And Mr. Newell will, of course, give us his expert opinion on it. And let's start off at, you know what? Let's start off at the railroad, the Walt Disney World Railroad. Now, it doesn't have music per se, but it does have a track that you hear as you ride the railroad. And
that's right. The narrative.
Right.
The narrative is not bad, actually.
Is it just me, or is it the scene? Is it Pocahontas, or is it still the Indians who are camped out on the train tracks back there? I can't remember if it's Pocahontas or if they changed it when the movie came out, or it's still just the natives.
Was Pocahontas for a while?
I thought it was Pocahontas.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they changed it since, but last time I wrote it was Pocahontas.
It'll go, like, when you're coming between Mickey's Toontown and Main Street?
No, I think it's actually between Frontierland and Mickey's Toontown, isn't it?
Maybe so.
But I was going to say, is the best part of the railroad track the guy, your attention, please?
Yeah, that's classic.
Oh, man, if we get him for the podcast, that'd be great. Let's move on to the Enchanted Tiki Room. And I'm going to give you the option of talking about the old Tiki Room or the new Tiki Room. Was it just me, or was the old Tiki Room music slightly less annoying than the Small World track?
You know, I thought I didn't have any problems with the old version at all. I thought it was quaint. Mm-hmm. You know, and the new version is quaint too. But at least the old version was authentically quaint as opposed to the manufactured quaint. You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah. Well, I just found in the Tiki Room, it just gets it's one of those songs that gets stuck in your head, and it's not in a good way.
I think that's the whole idea.
it might. It's like a meme, right? It's supposed to be in there.
Yeah, right.
I think I like the. What did they take, Newell? What did they take out of that? Did they take Offenbach?
Oh wow!
Out of the new version? Because they have the one where, like, let's all sing like the birdies tune.
Yeah.
But they really cut that down. That's pretty neat. The songs are charming, you know.
Yeah, I would put. I don't like so much the songs. The one like Iago sings. I'm not terrible. I mean, they're obviously parodies of Disney movie songs.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, the kids who were like 6, or the preteens, when Aladdin came out, probably have kids of their own now, right? Aladdin's like 15 years old, right?
It came out about 90?
92, 93?
Yeah, so it's 13. So those kids are 20. They're in college now. I mean...
Yeah, it stinks and I don't like it.
One way of saying it, yes. But, they tried to update it, but it's like they took a snapshot in time.
And they just added...
like 12 years ago, and then that was... I don't know. I don't love it.
Let's move on to Frontierland and Big Thunder Mountain.
They have different background music in here that's fantastic, actually.
Yeah. The Big Candy Mountain is one track that always sticks in my mind.
That's right. And they do, was it Tie-I-O? Get long, little doggy. That's the background music.
Is that the theme song from Hey Dude, the TV show?
Hey Dude, is that like on WB?
I was gonna-
No, Nickelodeon.
I'm sorry, I don't recognize the title of that.
I remember that from Hey Dude.
Hey Dude?
What is
Yeah.
Hey Dude?
You
What
guys
sorta-
haven't
is that a
heard of Hey
Beatles
Dude
song?
on Nickelodeon?
Hey
Like, this is like-
Dude.
No, not Hey Jude. Hey
No,
Dude.
I was singing Hey Dude. No, sorry. No? Nothing?
Lord.
No.
All right, so I mean, here's what's in Big Thunder Mountain. They've got the apple dumpling theme, and guys, we were talking about this before, but and I'll tell our listeners this. So one time, a couple came up with a Kevin Bacon touring plan of the Magic Kingdom, where I walk you through the Magic Kingdom and explain how Kevin Bacon is related to every single attraction in the park. And so Big Thunder doesn't actually have any characters in it, right? But the thing with Big Thunder is one of the songs that they play in the background music is the Apple Dumpling theme from the Apple Dumpling game with Don Knotts in it. So you can play 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon with Don Knotts and come up with a link to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Is that on touringplans.com?
No, it's not, but I'm going to have to come up... I did it, I don't know how many years ago.
Yep.
I will do it again, and I will come up with a touring plan again, and I will find it. And write it up for you guys, and we'll have to do a show on it. 'Cause,
I'd love to do
everything
that.
from Space Mountain to
How
Hall
is
of
he related to
Presidents.
Space Mountain?
Space Mountain. Okay, here's the deal. Kevin Bacon was in Apollo 13, right?
Right.
And one of the consultants to Apollo 13 was a guy who was the lunar module captain for Apollo, one of the Apollo missions. Anyway, he was actually on hand. The lunar module captain was actually on hand for the opening of Space Mountain
Oh
in
my
Walt Disney.
God.
Can someone
That is
can
great.
someone at Disney please open up a new theme park so Len can have something else to do with his time?
That is great.
But I did even Hall of Presidents, and the obvious one on Hall of Presidents was you take any president that's been on TV. I think I went back to Warren G. Harding. Anyway, music here. I will have to do sometime in the next month. I will do the Kevin Bacon touring plan for you guys.
Sounds
Oh my God.
Can't wait. Let's move on to Splash Mountain. You've got some
My
you've
favorite
got some
rides.
you've got some great tracks over here. You've got
Yeah,
like
there's a ton of audio. Yeah.
you got Laughing Place, Zippity Doo Dah.
And Newell, correct me if I'm wrong, Newell, but this has got to have the most variety in terms of music in the
Yeah.
queue.
There's several queues floating around out there. It's amazing how many different queue tracks there are out there.
And they're all great to listen to.
They
I don't
are.
have
They are
one
really
track
great
that
to
I don't
listen to.
like.
You
But
put one on.
there's got to be 40 or 50 different songs in the that they've played in the queue.
Yeah, at least.
Little Brown Jug, Oh Susanna, Old MacDonald, Old Kentucky Home. I mean, I'm
Yep.
looking at my list, and I'm sure your collection is much larger than mine, but I've got 40 or 50 songs.
Yeah, and you're also referring to mostly the queue. Then you've got the attraction music.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, How Do You Do? And but they do the music in the queue is almost as good as the music in the
Yeah, definitely.
on the ride.
Isn't it amazing, too, that the way that they've differentiated between Splash Mountain, which is technically part of Frontierland, but it's not the Wild West part of Frontierland that
Big Thunder.
Big Thunder Mountain is. Like you could hear the song and know that it's sort of late 1800s, or it sort of puts it late 1800s, sort of heading out west type of scenario.
Well,
It's not the same type of Old West as Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
That's a
Yeah.
great way that they do that with the speakers. You walk into a certain part of the land and it's a different ambiance. You walk in and now all of a sudden you're in a different part. You cross over that bridge from Splash down to Big Thunder, and you're in a different part of the West just from the music right away.
A different time and a different
Yeah.
place, yeah.
Yeah, even before you even notice the scenery's different, you notice the music right away.
Let's move on to the Haunted Mansion, and I mentioned this on a past show. I think I know I mentioned it to you guys. At the end of the Haunted Mansion ride, the part where the little girl's like, "Hurry back." That scares me when I listen to it on Mouse World Radio, and especially if it's like if I don't have the lights on.
Really?
It's
You have
like,
to put
it's
the lights
creepy music. That part is just really, really creepy. I guess
Wow.
it's appropriate for the attraction, but that
I've
part.
got. I found somewhere online one time the individual tracks of from all the different rooms,
Yes,
that I have, so you can hear just the the flute playing in one room.
It's incredible.
It's nothing but the singing bus, and there's a track that's nothing but the opera singers. Then they've got one that's nothing but the graveyard trumpet. Then I've got one that's nothing but the Duke and Duchess.
And you really don't appreciate it until you hear them all separately. You know?
Yeah, but so they're individual tracks. But yeah, I guess when you're going through it, I've actually got the individual tracks mastered in MP3.
Yeah, I want to go back to you were saying that something that reminded me of something, Len. On the Main Street USA, the music that you hear as you walk into the park. I love listening to that music, especially in the morning. I know Mike plays it on Mouse World Radio.
It's so peppy, right?
It's just great. If you don't know what I mean, tune into Mouse World Radio at 9 o'clock in the morning on Eastern Time. And it's a great way to really just start your day. It makes you gives you you're just full of energy. It's that kind of music that's just peppy, like you said.
They've got a ton of stuff.
And then I get a lot of mail from people. And they first thing they get to work, they stop, open up the computer, in their cubicle, load up Mouse World Radio, just to hear the 9 o'clock Main Street music, just to start their day.
Yeah,
and it's really
I do
really
it almost
cool.
every day.
It's really cool. I mean, you can go to the park 100 times, and still hear that music over and over and go, here I am. And that's the whole idea of that.
It's just great morning music.
It is great morning music.
It's up tempo. Sort of gets you started in the day. Yeah, it is very good. So what are some of the songs they play? I know okay, here's a couple that I have. Fortuosity.
Yes.
Let's have a drink on it. In My Merry Oldsmobile. I have no idea what.
Oh, you know that you would know that song in a second.
Merry. Maple Leaf Rag. No, they've got this is like one with Frontier where they've got like 40 different songs that make up the background music for this particular one. It's probably second to.
Is this music 20s? What era is this coming from exactly?
No, this is like
40s.
No, it's not that late.
No, yeah, it's earlier than that.
20s, right? It's like
Maple Leaf Rag was definitely on the '91 official album. It's one of those songs where, Newell, you know what it's like, right? It was I believe it was song number 1 on the '91 official album. It's one of those things where I can't listen to it anymore. I told you the story about that, right? Where I listened to that one album while writing my thesis, and now I can't listen to the CD anymore.
That's actually a great official album. It's one of the hardest ones to find still. I'll take it. It's one of the hardest ones to find, depending on the cover. It's a great CD. That's why you see. That's why you see Tomorrow's Child so much.
In terms of background music, Main Street's got to be the breadth of the record selections, or the musical selections.
It's definitely one of the most unappreciated parts of Main Street is the background track.
Absolutely. My second favorite place would probably be the music you hear around either Cinderella's Castle or the Golden Carousel. It's usually music from the attractions, feature films rather, not the attractions.
This one. Yeah, they've got about 20 or different. They're pulling these from the
movies. From
the movies, yes. You've got Alice in Wonderland. You've got Be Our Guest.
Right.
Colors in the Wind. Feed the Birds.
Hakuna Matata.
So This Is Love. Yeah, right. Hakuna Matata. Hi Ho. But it's all without words, right?
Yeah, it's all the instrumental versions.
Instrumental versions, right?
And I mean, if you're in the park, how great is it to be around that area and you hear like When You Wish Upon a Star or like really the stereotypical Disney music. I mean, that just puts puts things into perspective, I think.
Yeah. Like when you hear A Wish Upon a Star, you know where you are right away.
Yeah. I remember walking out with Magic Kingdom heading for the monorail one time, and they had just started playing it as I was passing underneath the tunnel to the train station. The fireworks were going off in the background. I was like, somebody give me the camera. Because this is, I was just walking up the ramp to the monorail when they were playing Wish Upon a Star. I was carrying my daughter. We're all exhausted. It was dark. Fireworks going off in the background. Main Street all lighted up and everything. It would have been a perfect moment had I not been ready to flip somebody off with the camera. No, I'm just kidding. It was a good day. It was a good day.
Obviously, you were spending too much time with Christina at that time.
Yeah, exactly right.
And possibly the best track. I don't know. I think it's the best track that's like it's only like 1:35 or something like that. Is the music you hear when you're loading on Peter Pan?
Yes.
But I can only imagine. I was thinking this last time I wrote it. if you're the cast member working load and you hear the same track, it's like only like very
What is it,
short like
you
that.
can fly?
Yeah, you can fly, you can fly.
I
you
think
can
of that
fly.
every time I hear it.
You
You're
can
absolutely
fly.
right.
Yeah, they're
And then
paying
it
you for
just
therapy
repeats
for that.
and repeats and repeats. I mean, at least at Splash Mountain and everything. I mean, it's different music all the time, but
It's the
This
same
is like-
1.5 minute track over and over.
over and over.
We were
again,
stuck in the
right?
queue one time, and from the queue area, you can hear it over and over and over and over. I'm like, oh my god, stop! Make it stop.
Really?
I can just imagine. I mean, I like listening to it, like the track once, but I can just imagine. I can't imagine what it's like to be someone working the load, and it's like it's the middle
We're
of
gonna
summer.
Have to ask. That's a great question to ask.
That is a
If you're
great
cast member on.
I mean, just imagine it's the middle of summer, 100% humidity out there,
A
lying
billion
out
people.
to everywhere. Someone yelling at you, and all you hear is "You can fly, you can fly, you can fly," over and over and over and over, and it must be like, oh my god.
That's awesome.
I like the track though, just not.
It
over
is a
and over
good
and over
track.
again.
I agree.
But that being said, it's a good track.
I play it all the time, and I've heard it. I still love it.
And Space Mountain. Let's end on this one. Is this like the Pink Floyd album of
It's
Disney
the
World
new
music?
age stuff, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Dark Side of the Moon kind of stuff. Like, okay, how they looked at all the music they had and said, you know what, we need something totally different. And then they brought in the Joe Rohde of 1960,
Ah, dude, you're killing me here.
and then some like counterculture guy was like, all right, man, we're gonna put in this music that's gonna be like, we're gonna turn off the lights and we're gonna play this music and we're gonna play it backwards, and you can hear, I mean, it's good music. It's just very different.
It's sort of new. You tell me what the right word is. Is it new age?
There's a term for it.
It's behind the
Like a
waterfall, but
martini.
who does it?
Like a martini. It was like a '60s reference. Like a cocktail music or something like that. It was something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
But a lot of it is like, it could also be used for music in a horror movie, like a B-rate horror movie. Like you hear like,
Element 3, yeah.
because it's just that like really creepy, like like they've used like 2 keys on the keyboard and kept on playing it, and it's weird, like really early instrumental electronic
I really like good
music.
Tomorrowland background music. I think it's a good like early afternoon stuff, like right after lunch.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Well, you know what? That's it for us today. I think we'll end on creepy B-rate.
Creepy horror. I'm telling you, it's peppy stuff, but definitely the Main Street stuff is really good in the morning. So if you're listening to the podcast, like sometime between 7 and 9 a.m., definitely log into Mouse World Radio and fire it up on one of the stations. You get to listen to the background music.
Absolutely. And this has been episode number 127 of Walt Disney World Today. If you want to find older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, you can visit the Walt Disney World Today website at wdwtoday.com. You can also email us at questions@wdwtoday.com. For Lanchester, Mike Scopa, and Mike Newell, I'm Matt Hochberg. We'll see you on the next show. Carrie loves Disney.
Carrie loves Disney. Love it.